Hi everyone, my name is Mahmoud Sheikh, and from past few videos I have been working on developing a multi-filter application using PHP, MySQL and AJAX. This is the last video of this tutorial series where I'm going to discuss about deleting any record from this table. If you guys like this entire series, then I would just recommend you guys to click on like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. So now let us start our discussion on developing the functionality of deleting any record from this table by just clicking on this delete link. Okay, so now let us first go to the place where we have created this delete link. Okay, so now let me just go to the action. Okay, and here in action I have a get data function where I have created this link. Okay, so this link is the delete link. Okay, so now I have given it an ID as delete employee ID. Okay, and I have set the ID of each and every record to the data val attribute of this link. Okay, so whenever I click on this delete link, the value of this data val attribute will get passed to my jQuery function. Okay, so let me just show you the jQuery function. Okay, so let me just go to index.php. so here in the index.php I have created an on-click event listener, and to this listener I have passed the same ID, which is delete employee ID, which you can see here. Okay, so now I will just create an ID. Okay, so now you can see I'm trying to access the ID attribute or the data val attribute of this link. Okay, so that ID will be passed to this ID variable. Okay, and then I will set an action as delete record. So this action I will be sending to my action.php file along with my post request. And then here I'm making an AJAX request to this URL action.php, and I'm making a post request to this action.php file. Okay, so along with the request I'm sending the action, which is this delete record action. Okay, and then I'm also passing this ID, okay, which is the ID of each and every record. Okay, so now next is, if the post request successfully gets sent to this action.php file, then it will be returning me the response after deleting out the record from the table. That response I'll be going to display in the form of an alert box. Okay, so now let me just comment this and let me just show you the ID. Save it. Okay, now I will refresh, and when I click on any of the delete link, it will show me the ID of that record. Okay, so this ID 22 is the ID inside the table, which you can see here. These are the IDs. Okay, these are the same IDs I'm trying to fetch whenever I click on any of this delete link. Okay, so that ID I will be passing along with the request, post request. Okay, so now from here the post request gets sent to action.php where I need to receive this ID. Okay, so now let me just come to our action. Okay, so now you can see here I have written a function when the post request action is equals to delete a record, which is this. Okay, this action delete record, then I will get the ID. Okay, along with the post request I'm passing two information, action as well as ID. Okay, so I will be accessing the ID piece of information, and I'm storing this information inside this ID variable. Okay, and then once I get the ID, then I'm making a query of deleting a record from the table. Okay, so that query is delete from data filter, which is the name of our table, where ID equals to this ID. Okay, suppose if the ID which I'm trying to delete is 9, then 9 gets replaced to this variable. Okay, and then I'm executing this query by passing this query to this query method. Okay, and then I'm checking if this query successfully gets executed. That means if the record successfully gets deleted from the table, then I will be displaying record deleted successfully message. Otherwise, I will be displaying failed to delete record message. Okay, so this message I will be sending as a response to the AJAX call. Okay, so with the help of this alert, I am displaying this message. Okay, now let's save it, and now let's come to our browser and refresh the page, and now let us try to see whether our code works properly or not. Okay, so now let me just click on this delete link. Yes, now it's showing me record deleted successfully. Yes, okay, so now we can see one record gets deleted from this table. Okay, now once again I will try to delete one more record, and now you can see that record also gets deleted, and similarly I will delete one more record, and you can see that record also gets deleted. Okay, so now inside our table we are left with only 3 records. Okay, so this is how we can make a post request to our MySQL server using AJAX to delete any record from the table, and we can display the response immediately on the front end. Okay, so this is everything about developing the feature of deleting a record from the table using PHP, MySQL, and AJAX. Okay, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial series, and since this is the last video of this tutorial series, so I would just request you guys again to like this video if you like this content, and subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends. Okay, and thanks for watching.